Oh no. Sketchy website. I really have to write a paper and I need some credible sources, so I knew exactly who to go to first. Very first person. Good quality information. This site seems legit, and might as well go ahead and put my information in. Yeah, let's do that. Whoa there, friend. Before you put your information into a sketchy website, before you take information off of a website that might not have credible sources, and before you go to a website or navigate somewhere that's going to damage your computer or damage your history, here are a couple things that you should keep in mind. Being safe while searching, extremely important. Believe it or not, there are a lot of weird people on the internet, and there's also a lot of information that is incorrect information. Additionally, there's a lot of information that might seem correct, might try to be correct, but is actually a biased opinion from somebody else. Here's some ways you can look out for information that might not be credible. If you're trying to look up some specific information about a website, about a significant historical event, things like that, one word that you should definitely look out for is opinion. If I were to look up something about the Holocaust or Germany, this is one site that I would not use. I will say that it is New York Times, which usually a pretty reputable source, but it being an opinion piece automatically makes it something that I would not necessarily go for immediately. So let's go through this website and see what else it might have for us. So right off the bat, I see that there's Timothy Snyder. Something that you can do while you are on a website navigating if this is a safe website is going to Timothy Snyder as a person and just seeing if he is somebody who has credibility about World War II and about what that looks like. So that is something that is very important to keep an eye on while you're going through a piece similar to this. When we go through this, we also can look at important dates, see if they match up. We can see dates that this website was published. Clearly, this one was published 2019. And so that is pretty recent enough that it would most likely have updated information about this historical event. So those are some things to notice that would show you that this website probably overall is pretty reputable. Something else to look at with this website is that this picture is also cited. That is usually a really great sign showing that the website cares about its sources and where they get it. If we scroll down, you will see this. What is this, you might ask? If you are navigating a website, especially if you're showing children how to navigate a website, a child might come across this and be confused about what is Sanofi. This is an ad, and so it's really important to make sure that children know that when they come across something like this on a web page, they don't need to click learn more because that's just going to take them away from the page, just like we'll see. If we navigate away from the page, luckily this is still a New York Times Post website, but it is a paid post, and so it talks about this one is talking about type 1 diabetes and how they disrupt households, and it has some different things having to do with diabetes and how it affects kids. Luckily, this looks like a pretty safe website, and it also looks like an ad that is family friendly. However, there are a lot of ads that are not family friendly and would not be good for students to navigate to. If you do not educate kids about ads, then they definitely could navigate off of a page and get onto a page that they really don't want to be on. So that's something that is very important to be aware of whenever you are teaching children how to navigate websites like this. Something else to look out for while going through this page is links that are linked inside of the page. So kids may or may not know that these links can be really vital. So this one specifically goes to how did Nazis gain power. And again, with the ads, here is another ad about the New York Times. And I'm guessing it's not going to let me continue to look at this page based off of the New York Times ad. So that's something that is really important to remember whenever navigating to these different sites is that sometimes you can't access a site without paying. And when it comes to paying, that will require you to put in information. And so it's important with students in particular to make sure that they know that when they put in their information, they are agreeing to have email sent to them. They're agreeing for their email address to be used in different platforms. And a lot of the time it asks for names, numbers, addresses, things like that. And so when kiddos are setting up accounts like this, it's very important just to educate them on what information they should be giving and what they should not be giving. So if a website is asking for something like a social security number, that would be a time that you would definitely take a step back and try to understand what the website is asking for and why. So, as you can see, there are a lot of things to navigate whenever you are putting in information, looking through articles, making sure that the author is reputable, that the site is reputable, and not navigating off the page based off of some ads or encrypted links, different things like that. With that, again, it's just really important to make sure that you are staying on the website that you originally were trying to be on, and that if you're navigating off the website, that you teach kids how to go back to the website so that they're safe. Additionally, with leaving the website, a lot of the time those websites will ask for information that your kids probably don't need to share with the rest of the world. And so in educating students, just make sure that you are also letting them know what information is okay to post and to communicate to the world, and what information they don't need to share with the rest of the world. These are things that we did not know at one time, and that's really important for them to know now. Something else that for adults is important to remember is that there are scammers out there. Scammers come up in all different shapes, in all different forms, and a big thing is that they always look reputable. So, how can you tell if a scammer is scamming you? That's a great question. So, a lot of the time, whenever a scammer is scamming you, they will send you an email that it'll be something that seems almost familiar, but you don't remember what you were buying, what you were looking at to receive that email. This is your first hint and your first clue towards maybe being a little bit skeptical about what it is you're getting an email for. If you are receiving something like that, I would first look up the website every time before clicking any suspicious links, following to a different website, clicking buttons that say click here if you're not sure what it is. These can lead you to pages just like the first person in this video saw, a page that pops up with different warning signs, ads, viruses being added to your computer, things that can just destroy your hard drive and leak your information. Google has notified people before of information leaks, and this is just something that can be really dangerous. A lot of your accounts are linked via email, via your name, and so if your information is leaked, a lot of your accounts can be accessible to the wide majority of people. Anybody who's wanting to get information can get information just by hacking through your email. So it's something that is really important to remember whenever navigating to different websites, or whenever seeing an email that looks almost legit but not quite credible. It's important to look that website up and to figure out who it is that's messaging you if you are not sure yourself who it could be. This is a good way to just avoid scams altogether and just make sure that your information is kept safe, just so that students and parents and everybody has information that is kept secretive and kept to themselves, just because it's personal information, and it's really important to make sure that you are staying safe and that your students are staying safe by their information not being leaked. One other thing to be wary of, or to make sure that you educate children on, is plagiarism. Plagiarism is something that can be just an innocent mistake from students, but it's really important that they understand how to cite their sources correctly so that they don't end up getting themselves in trouble by not citing things that it's not their work. So plagiarism is any time a student uses someone else's work and puts it into their work as their own. It can be unintentional, but if they're not educated about what's going on, then it is likely that this could happen. Plagiarism is a really serious thing, and it's something that you want to make sure that your kids do not do. So when you're teaching students about plagiarism, make sure that you're teaching them how to cite things correctly. When it comes to citing, there are a lot of different resources to help students navigate how to cite things correctly in the right format, just to make sure that they get credit for what they are citing, and just to make sure that they are not stealing someone's work on accident. A website that I like to use whenever I need to cite something in APA format is Citation Machine. This is one that has been very good to me. Lots of great citations to create, and it is free, which is also awesome. Something else to look out for if you have students who are navigating these different things in the world. So, using free resources is a really great thing. The only thing I would say about Citation Machine that makes it a little bit difficult is the amount of ads. So there are ads on every page, and sometimes they do make the page go slowly. So as you can see, another ad popped up here, some ads popped up down here. Just lots of ads and lots of chances to be taken off the website to learn about Verzinio. So that is something that you want to be wary of whenever you are going through this website or any other website. It's just what ads are popping up, what is accessible to children to be looking at, interpreting, understanding, and just how to teach them how to use that safely. When it comes to digital safety, it's really important to make sure you're educating students, but also educating yourself on how to take care of your devices, your information, and the way that you cite things in your papers. There is a lot more to do with digital literacy and how to communicate that well to different people and how to make sure that you're staying safe. But these are just a couple of the most important ones that could just be really vital in ensuring that your students have a successful time in their educational career.